Hello.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first ever episode of the Last Thought podcast. Here today I got Zane, or Psychic Sloth.
Hey, guys.
There's also Cody, that foolish one.
Hello.
And Matt, or Ex-Hungry Hannibal.
What is upwards, peeps?
Nailed it, Matt. Nailed it.
We're also going to have a fifth person join us eventually, but he couldn't be here today due to some technical issues. But
he has a life, unfortunately.
Spirits are hard.
Yeah.
So how's everyone doing today?
Yeah.
I'm alright.
Meh.
Yeah.
How are you?
I got donuts for breakfast.
Oh, dang. Can I come over later?
What?
Or in a little bit?
No, I
cut the podcast. We're
yeah,
going.
let's all go to Zane's house.
Podcast is over. See you next episode, guys.
I personally don't have any donuts. I had to go to a job thing, and they had donuts there. That was the only reason.
Well, let's all go get a job where Zane
Well,
works.
we're all
then.
going to the job fair.
Yep.
See you guys. We don't need this anymore. We're getting real jobs.
Fuck this.
Oh, boy.
So, let's start off with the big topic, E3.
E5.
E5, E4. All right. Well,
Why is it
all
called
right.
E3?
Why is it called
E3?
E3?
Entertainment? I don't know.
The name of it is the Electronic Entertainment Expo. So E3.
Oh,
That's stupid.
Oh, like E to the third power. Okay. Or E times 3
Not bad.
or something. I guess. That
Or 3 E's, Matt. 3 E's.
for ease.
All right. So, what was everyone's favorite conference?
I have to go Bethesda. Bethesda. They didn't have a lot, but in my opinion, theirs was the best
They got.
quality to it.
I mean, they got the most reaction out of everybody. Got the most people talking, for sure.
Oh yeah. The
What
Elder
is-
Scrolls 6 is something that pretty much everybody's looking forward to at this point.
I know when I heard they were making that Fallout Online, I was thinking, oh, Elder Scrolls isn't. I mean, I know they're eventually gonna make another one, but I was like, oh, we're gonna have to wait so long for an Elder Scrolls now because they're gonna be distracted with that. I mean, we
But-
still
See,
don't
I
really
didn't.
know
I didn't
anything,
know
but-
they all made. I didn't know they were made by the same people. I'm
Yeah.
not.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not an
Bethesda
Elder
makes both of
Scrolls Fallout guy, so I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, but the fact that they actually showed something means it's probably going to be out within the next couple of years, so we have something to look forward to there.
Or
Oh,
they
yeah.
literally
That's where,
haven't even started, and they're just like, let's take a clip, because it's literally just a clip of like scenery. It's like, let's just get everybody
it was
pumped,
a-
so they know
it
it's
was a
coming
scroll and then-
eventually.
It didn't even have a subtitle yet,
remember-
so
Yeah, but it still
I still remember
shows
when,
that the game's in the pipeline. Which,
Yeah, that's true, but it's iffy on it. It's gonna be out there like 4 or 5. Like I give it like 2-3 years.
yeah, because they got to come out with Starfield first.
Mm,
I'm
Starfield
I
is
don't
that
know
gonna
about
be
that.
an RPG too, or did they say?
Yeah, it's going to be a sci-fi RPG.
I'm looking forward to it. I am.
Yeah, I'm
But-
definitely looking forward to how they take a sci-fi RPG. This is going to basically be their counterpart for Mass Effect.
Yeah, but they already kind of have a sci-fi RPG with Fallout. It's not really
I mean,
sci-fi.
yeah, that's
but-
not-
got, like,
that's
alien
not really
stuff. I don't know if we
sci-fi,
ever go to
that's-
like space.
You do on one of them, Fallout 3 DLC, Mothership
And
Zeta, I
Fallout
think
4.
it's called. Is
Huh.
there one for
There's a
Fallout
Fallout
4?
4 DLC. I mean, not Fallout 4. Fallout New Vegas. There's DLC
Oh,
for that one
okay.
with the
what's it
aliens.
called? Old World Blues. That's right. Forgot.
Yeah, that one. Yep.
easy for you
There's
to
also
say,
apparently
Cody.
some aliens in Fallout 4. I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know
I've
what
seen
it is
those.
though.
They
Did you
they
see 'em,
make
Dave?
it, they make an appearance. There's a random event that happens once you reach a certain level, and you
Huh.
see a spaceship crashing. And you can go there, and in a cave nearby, there's an injured alien, and you can kill him and take his weapon.
It's a pretty
mean-
awesome weapon too.
Yeah, it's not a bad one. But there wasn't much of a cameo in that.
I gotcha.
Do you see
Unlike,
they were talking about the
that one game.
Fallout 76? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
74? 76?
76.
76. And they said there wasn't going to be any NPCs. It was
Really?
literally
Nope,
just
it's all
going to be
people,
players.
and it's so apparently you can get into silos and launch nukes. Like, so Fallout 76 is kind of how the world ends up as the way it does in Fallout 3 and so on.
Oh.
Because-
So it's our fault.
Yeah.
It's our fault. So you can get in there and you can launch.
It's all the players'
you
fault.
can get into missiles. Yeah, you can get into the missile silos and launch nukes.
Huh.
And wherever the nukes land, apparently like loot spawns and stuff. So you can go into those places and get loot.
Huh.
And there's talks about possibly like being able to nuke each other as well. So I'm
Oh,
not
yeah.
sure.
If you get
How
caught
that's
in the
gonna
blast,
work.
you can the way they set it is you can set the nukes to target certain parts of the map, and
Yeah.
you can set it to target like enemy camps or anything like that. So anyone caught in the blast radius is just dead.
What if you like you're not close enough to get killed by it, but you like turn into a ghoul? So you're just ugly. you can't. You're just ugly the rest of the game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're ugly for the next like 400 years because you stop aging.
And then
Pretty awesome.
and then if you play that one before you play any of the other Fallout games, you are like screwed in all the other games because they have like reverse save file stuff that makes you play as something. I don't know.
No, the ghoul.
Oh yeah.
Did they say how they're gonna do quests then? I mean, who's gonna
I
I
think
have
they're
no
gonna.
idea.
I feel like there's gonna have to be some sort of NPC situation.
Yeah,
Like,
either like merchants or quest givers. There's gonna have to be some kind of.
Yeah, I mean, think about merchants. What are they? Huh?
yeah, and like, are they gonna do towns? Because they could do like underground towns with other vaults, but I don't know because all the other vaults are locked.
Huh.
I have no idea. I just wish they did Fallout 77. I think it was 77. The one with the there was one guy and just boxes of dolls.
That sounds awesome.
real quick, Zayd.
What?
Speaking of dolls, why don't we
Oh, you wanna
pause
tell
for a
that story?
second to tell the work story you told me last night? But first, explain what you do
I
for your
hate-
job, and then explain the story.
So I'm a cable technician. So I run lines from poles to people's houses and hook up their internet and install cable boxes and all that. And I was at we went to this trailer park. I've been to trailer parks before. It's nothing new. Surprisingly enough, people that live in trailer parks usually spend a lot of money on cable. It's really weird. I don't understand how they have the money for it. But we went to this trailer park, and you know how in some places you can just you just by the smell, you know a cat lives there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was like that, just dial it up to like 20. So you were walking towards it and you instantly knew that there was a cat living there. Like, just, you could smell the piss. And so we walk in. I really hope this guy never hears this. So we walk into the house and
He's like, I know you're talking about D-Zane. Fuck you.
no, dude, I probably know this because I don't think I can think of the situation. We walk into this. We walk in and we try to figure out where the line. We get the line. We figure out the line's fucked up, so we have to run a new line from the pole down. And we start doing that, and they're like, "All right, where are we going to put this at?" And the best spot for the line to go into is in his room, and he wants it in his room. So we go over there, and he's like, "Before we go in, though, do either of you guys have any fears like ventriloquist dolls or something like that? Because I know some people do. In my head, I am terrified of them. I hate them because when I was a kid, my cousin showed me Chucky when I was really little,
Oh.
and it scarred me. And I'm not terrified of them. I just really don't like them. And so we walk into this room because I'm like, I want to get this job done so I can go home. So I'm like, I'm okay. Like I'm not afraid of them. That's what I told him. But in my mind, I'm screaming in my head like a little girl. So we walk into the room, and there's 4 in this tiny room. This, I don't know, maybe like 10 feet by 10 feet, maybe. There's about 40 ventriloquist ventriloquist dolls just on the shelves. There's like no space for anything. You have like a tiny little walkway. There's a bed, and then everywhere else is just taken up by ventriloquist dolls staring at you. It is
Damn.
horrifying.
They're just all looking straight, and then as you walk into a room, all of a sudden their heads.
Yeah, their heads just start to.
That's what it felt like. It was not okay.
That's funny.
It was awful, and there was a flashlight box on his bed, and it was just like,
Ooh.
it's not okay.
Slightly off topic. We'll get back on topic after.
Oh,
All right.
we're already
I got
really
one.
off topic.
This isn't a work story thing, but
Yeah.
talking about being scared as a kid. You guys ever play Ocarina of Time on N64?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I have
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
Yeah. I remember I rented it as a kid, and I was probably like, I have no idea, probably like 4 or something. And if you're walking around the Hyrule Field and you're walking to the castle, if it turns nighttime, they pull up the drawbridge, and like skeletons start coming out of the ground.
Yeah.
And the first time it
Yeah.
turned nighttime, a skeleton started coming out of the ground. I was like, and I like turned the console off, and I never played it again. And I felt like 17.
That's way funnier than the story.
And then I was like, and I didn't pick up for like years, and I saw a picture of one of the skeletons, and I'm like, wow, that was a little bitch. Like, that was ridiculous.
Oh
my God,
I'm
dude.
dying. That's hilarious.
Uh,
Oh boy. Oh geez. I think
well,
so. One time, I don't remember how old I was. I was young, elementary school, middle school, somewhere around there. I'm sitting in a chair, just bored out of my mind. It's nighttime, right? And I'm staring at a blank TV screen, and I'm just bored. I'm just staring at this TV screen, but I heard like a sound coming down the hallway. I'm just like, I think someone broke into the house. That was like a constant fear of mine for some reason, that someone was always breaking into the house when I was a kid. When I heard strange noises, even though we had cats and dogs, and there'd always be like animals doing something, and they always freaked me out. And the noises always got to me. So I'm staring at this TV screen, and I'm like, okay, someone just broke in. I swear someone just broke in. So I'm gonna stand up, but I'm gonna keep watching the TV screen to make sure nobody sneaks around the corner to come stab me as I'm walking away. So as I get out of my chair and move slightly to the right, I see this silhouette in the TV screen, and I flip out. I'm like, oh my god, oh my god! Like, I'm literally yelling and breaking down in tears because I'm literally thinking I'm about to get stabbed, but it turns out the reflection was myself.
Wait, how old are you? Wait, how old are we this happened?
No, like
Oh, this is last
12 or
week.
13.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you said this was last night?
Remember, there was this time me and Matt were in 3rd grade. We went to go see Spider-Man 2, I believe.
Yeah, the one with Dr.
Doc
Octopus. Yeah.
Went with my family, and then we came over and he was going to spend the night. And so we went in my room and I slept on my bed and he was sleeping on the floor. And there was a balloon, there was a little like earth ball underneath my bed along with like some other random crap or whatever. I was like 7 at the time or some shit. And Matt saw this little balloon with the other stuff on it, and he started freaking out because he thought there was an octopus under my bed.
All right. In Matt's defense, the scene where he's getting the tentacles and he starts attacking the doctors, that was actually kind of scary. Like when he dragged that lady, she goes to the shadows. Like,
Oh, yeah.
that was legit scary.
that was disturbing.
No, see, I remember I started laughing at that point.
Ah,
Zane-
maybe I was just a pussy.
Zane,
Like,
no,
I was really
Zane's just
scared.
really messed up.
Yeah, and so he started freaking out. So I was like, all right, fine, fuck it. I can't sleep with you being like this. So we switched spots. You slept on my bed and I slept on the floor.
Zane, did you ever think I was just taking advantage of your kindness and your irritableness and just trying to get to sleep in your bed
You're
on the
not
floor?
smart
You
enough
kept
for
me up.
that.
Yeah, you kept me up for 30 minutes in 3rd grade. I don't think you were taking advantage of me.
I just really. Okay. So, Halo Infinite.
Oh, we're back on topic.
We're
Okay.
back on topic.
Back on top.
All right, Halo Infinite. What the fuck is it?
I don't really know.
Seriously,
like,
what is it though?
like
Yeah,
I,
no,
know-
no one, no one.
I have
Did they even
no
say?
idea.
They just showed the trailer.
look
And
it up
it
right
was
now.
like
I-
ODST.
I heard someone
And
say it's
that was it.
supposed to be Halo 6, but there's like literally nothing that says that. Like
I
it's
know. I
got
heard people
it's
say,
got
oh,
a
Halo 6.
Spartan,
I heard
it's-
one person was like, "Oh, it's an MMO." I'm like, "Where are you getting this from?"
It's
I
a
don't
Spartan.
remember seeing anything.
it's a Spartan, so everyone's instantly thinking it's Master Chief. An MMO would be
Wait.
sweet.
Wait,
Oh.
I'm looking it up right now. Give me a second.
Oh,
yeah,
we
did they
actually
say
And then
anything?
you guys
And
just
I
talk-
just missed it.
Talk about something else, and I'll figure out what's going on.
What
Okay.
else did? What
So,
else did Microsoft show?
One that I'm pretty excited for myself, I thought it looked pretty cool, was Black Desert. Did anyone see the clip for that?
That's an MMO on PC, and they're bringing it to Xbox. I haven't played. Yeah, it looked pretty cool.
Here's the trailer for it. I just posted.
Usually MMOs, the
Discord.
combat's kind of crap, so I don't really like MMOs, but that one actually looked pretty good.
Yeah, it looked
Alright, guys.
pretty nice.
Alright, I got some details on Halo Infinite now. Apparently, since a lot of people were upset that Master Chief wasn't featured that much in Halo 5,
Uh-huh.
apparently Halo Infinite is completely centered around Master Chief and his story
Wow.
and what happens after what transpires in Guardians. So
So it is Halo 6 then.
yeah, it's pretty much Halo 6, and
Okay.
yeah, they're using a new engine. They're using using a new engine, new graphics. So that's pretty nice. It looks really pretty, and yeah, it's all about Master Chief. It looks like.
See, I for one didn't have much of a problem with Locke being a new main character, but I do think they needed a bit more Master Chief in there because he was only in there for like a third of the time.
Did they say
Well,
why
I
it's
mean-
called Halo Infinite then, or is it just whatever they feel like it?
I think because
I think it sounds cool. But I mean, like my favorite game is Halo Reach, though, and that doesn't have Master
Master
Chief in it at all.
Master
Shut up.
Reaper.
But yeah, it doesn't have Master Chief in it at all. It's my favorite one is Halo Reach. So I mean, I like Master Chief, but at the same time, I'm okay without having him in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can understand that.
What else? What else did they show? What I'm excited about is From Software, the guys who made Dark Souls. They're making it's like a samurai game called Shadows Die Twice. You guys see that one?
Yes,
David.
That
yeah.
one looks really good. You
Sekiro?
got like
Sekiro Shadows Die Twice.
yeah, because you got like the grapple hook, and he like flies up on the building, and you're like stealth killing
Now-
people, and
I was just watching the Sony one earlier this morning. By the way, for whoever's listening, we're recording this the day after E3.
It
And it
is
was kind of the same thing.
the June 13th, 2018.
But
thank you, Matt.
You're welcome.
but
But it's
there's another
2018
one coming
PC.
out on PlayStation
So-
that looked really good called Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh, I saw that too. That looked really good too. There's
Yeah.
so many samurai games because there's that, which is like an open world samurai game from what I can tell and from what I've heard.
Samurai
And-
is about to samurai games are about to become like the new genre. Like
Yeah, that's
first
the
person
new
shooters
thing.
are dying,
And then
everything's
there's
just gonna
Neo
be
2, which they
samurais.
also announced, which is another samurai game, which is basically just like, which is kind of similar to Shadows Die Twice, because the first one kind of just felt like Dark Souls of samurais. So it's gonna be interesting how they're gonna. I wonder how Shadows Die Twice is gonna have to make itself different from
Now,
that.
talking
Off-
about
Off
Talk-
topic, real fast.
Oh.
Did you guys know that Just Dance 2019 is coming out?
Oh, well,
oh,
who
okay.
announced that?
Well,
Whoever-
that's the
whoever
thing.
conference that was, they won E3.
yeah, dude.
It's E3. Can you win E3? Is there like a trophy?
Yes, it's kind of a competition. Who gets the most press out of E3? And
Oh.
it looks like Bethesda kind of won this year. just
Are
because
you
Oh, yeah.
really?
Yeah, 'cause-
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I mean everyone's talking about Elder Scrolls and Fallout. I mean, like those are.
They didn't even have to do Fallout. Todd Howard literally could have just
Now,
walked on stage and been like Elder Scrolls 6 and just leave, and then
we,
they
we-
could have just went to the next conference and they still would have won.
Yeah.
We're talking about a company who's literally made a name for themselves off of 2 franchises. That's it. That's all they've had up to this point.
No.
Specifically, like that they
No,
worked
no,
on.
no, no.
Their
They did
name came from
Dishonored. They did Dishonored.
No, they published Dishonored. They didn't make it.
Well, never mind. I'm wrong.
They've
It's-
made only 2 franchises up to this point that I'm aware of personally. They're coming up with a third with Starfield, but so far it's just been Elder Scrolls and Fallout.
Well, they only started Fallout on Fallout 3.
Oh,
I
I'm
forget,
excited.
there was a company before that was making Fallout 1 and 2.
I'm excited for
And Bethesda bought it.
Okay.
Go on, Matt.
who makes Anthem. Anthem looks like it's gonna be good.
What?
Yes.
What is Anthem? I saw the trailer.
it
a
looks
little
like it-
bit, and
It looks like someone saw the idea. Here's just my opinion of it. Someone saw the idea of Destiny and decided to make it different, but like with the same basic concept of the storyline, and just make it a completely separate game. That's just what it looks
that's what
like.
I
to me.
kept hearing it being compared
Oh,
to as like
dude.
Destiny. Is it a first-person shooter or is it?
But
a
it's by
third or-
BioWare, and
I
I'm
think
pretty
it's
sure
a
it's an RPG.
Third.
Because I
think
saw
it's a
the
third
I
person.
saw the scene where he gets in the mech and he's flying around, but I didn't see like any.
Now, see, one thing I loved that they did with that game was their passes to that game, but they're
What?
not. But they're not tied to your character.
Yeah. That EA owns.
Now,
Yeah.
see, I'm not worried about that because the only reason I've been worried about that is because of the possibility of loot boxes.
Loot boxes are
well,
still
even-
legal in America.
But even kind of Bungie does that, so
Well, no, but they straight up said at E3 that there were going to be no loot boxes, but there will be in-game purchases, but they're only for cosmetics,
Mhm.
and you'll always know exactly what you're buying.
That I can
Huh.
live with.
Yeah.
That's kinda-
See, I don't even mind loot boxes. The only stipulation I ever have for that
Is as long
is
as
that
I
it
can
has to
earn
be
it still.
cosmetic.
Or
No.
yeah.
It has to be cosmetic. If you can pay for something that affects how you play the game, I don't like that. That's where I draw the line.
All right, so Bethesda also released Prey, and they're also releasing Doom Eternal, and I'm really curious what Doom Eternal is because that was announced too, and I haven't had a chance to
That's
look at it.
The trailer looked really nice.
Of Doom Eternal?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I just expect Doom, so I know it's gonna be good. Unless they like seriously change it up for some reason, but I'm just expecting Doom too.
Yeah, I'm looking at the trailer right now. It looks like, yeah. It
Because
looks like
I don't
Doom
think they show any gameplay. I'm pretty sure it's just gonna be a sequel.
Hey guys, sorry about that. We had some technical difficulties. When we left off, we were just about to talk about Battletoads.
Yeah. It does.
Um,
It does look like it's a whole new game. So I'm very curious what it's gonna be. Like.
And the only reason I can think of why they would make a new Battletoads, which
Because
even then seems really weird. There was like a joke. It's been even a couple of years. Like a couple years back, people would call up GameStop and ask them if they have Battletoads, and of course they're gonna be like, "Fucking no, why?" And that's the only thing I can think. That's the only time it's been like relevant in the past like 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought it was a very odd choice for something to show off at E3.
I'm still amazed that GameStop's even still around.
Who's getting a phone call?
Oh, that was my alarm going off telling me I flip over my laundry
Oh.
because my washing machine's done. So I'm gonna tell this.
Real life problem.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell the story before I go fix my laundry though. So I was telling Matt about this. I read this online where this guy he was working with an Indian worker, and the guy he was working with wasn't very fluent yet. Like he had just come to the States to work for a little while, and he wasn't super fluent. So the Indian guy came in, and he was just like, "I do not like the snake bird." And the guy was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Snake.
And so the guy pointed out the goose. So apparently he describes geese as snake birds because they just hiss at you. They're awful creatures. I hate geese. And I completely agree with the guy. They're a snake bird. They're awful.
I thought you said he said it was a chicken snake or
Oh,
something.
chicken snake. That was it. Chicken snake.
Chicken snake. That's even better.
Yeah, it was a chicken snake. I could be remembering this entirely wrong, but it sounds great. I love the description of a goose. So, I'll be right back. I'm gonna flip over my laundry.
All right. Now,
What else?
another thing that I'm surprised that came out now, because it's been so long since the last one, is Crackdown 3.
They've been talking about it since the Xbox One came out. It's just been
There's
that
always
thing's been like in that game's been
talk
like
about
development
it.
hell.
Yeah, there's always been talk about it, but it's been so long.
It better be really good. Like, I played a
Did
little
they
bit.
show any gameplay of it or anything? I didn't. I just heard that they were talking about it. I didn't actually.
I don't
like, look.
remember. I think the
really
trailer
doubt it.
might have had a little bit of gameplay in it, but I'm not sure.
So I freed up a little bit. Why
Oh,
do I have
the-
so much space?
They showed Devil May Cry 5, and
Yes,
That-
they did.
that seems really weird to me because I did want a Devil May Cry 5. But has that ever happened before where they make a remake? They made the remake Devil May Cry, and then they're just like, no, fuck that, and just go back to the originals. Does that ever happen? Like anything? Like, because usually when they make a remake, like, no, we're sticking to our guns. We got to make this work. We can't go like no. Capcom was like, no, that sucked. We're going back. We fucked up.
Halo did that.
Did
didn't
they? Or when they were rebooted?
They made the anniversary editions, and they just keep making them. Maybe you're saying something different that I'm just not.
Nah, that's. I meant like it'd be like. I'm trying to think of a reboot. What have they rebooted lately?
A lot of things.
Oh god, yeah.
Like everything.
I'm
I
back, by
can't
the
think
way.
of any. It would be like if they made RoboCop 1 and 2, and then they got rid of both of those, and they're like, this is a remake of RoboCop. We're starting from the beginning. And they're like,
Spider-Man,
fuck
they
that,
did
and
that
then they made RoboCop 3.
Oh, I see what you're saying. He's talking
Yeah,
about
like-
Devil May Cry thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We were talking about how I've never seen them make a remake and then go back to the originals, like make go to the originals. Then
Well, I mean, the remake got so much hate, but I actually liked the remake.
I never played it.
It was
Was it good?
I enjoyed it. It was great. It was they had a good system for play. It was really fun. Storyline was good. It was just it varied in certain spots. Like Dante was now a Nephilim instead of just a half breed.
Mm-hmm.
And stuff like that. Like he was half angel, half demon, whereas in the original series he was just half demon, half human.
Huh.
Okay.
Yeah, Devil May Cry is one of those things where I tell people I like it, and I'm like, yeah, I love that, and then they're like, yeah, which one are you playing? I'm like, none of them. I like it, but I've never played it.
I'm
Just know I
in the
liked it.
same camp with you right there.
No, that was
Oh,
the
no, that's like me with Metal Gear Solid.
no, that was like the first mature game I ever played. Was Devil May Cry.
I think the first mature game I ever played was the Urban Chaos on the PlayStation.
Was that the one your dad had you shoot, or?
No, that was Halo.
Oh, that was Halo.
If we're talking about the first mature game I've seen was Metal Gear Solid 2. I watched my dad play, and there's a scene where a dead body falls out of a locker, and I remember that scared me as a kid because I thought this was like a zombie game then. I thought it was a zombie. I was like jumping out of the locker.
Now, hold on for a minute, because I think for our listeners, we need Matt to unpack that story.
Which one? The shooting one?
Yes.
Oh,
Wait, I didn't even catch what he said.
oh yeah. I kind of just
Oh.
brought that up. When you shot Halo.
Yeah. Oh, that's just like so. That's just so. Okay, David, if you thought I was crazy, listen to this story. So, when I was young, my dad had a problem with me owning rated M video games. As an adult, I understand that now. Like, he'd just be protective. He didn't really pay attention to why they were rated M. It's just if they were rated M, I wasn't allowed to have it. I get it. It makes sense. But I had one anyway, and that one was Halo Combat Evolved. No, it was Halo Combat Evolved, and he found out about it and he took it from me and never saw. I was like, well, okay, fine, great. But then they came out with the sequel, Halo 2, and I'm like, I really want to play Halo 2. So I bought this really awesome. No, David, I bought like this anniversary
Oh my God, I
collector's
remember that
edition.
thing.
Like this, I bought this like collector's edition with like a steel case, and it had like a behind-the-scenes DVD with extra video clips.
It
and
was
stuff,
awesome.
Like documentaries. Oh, it was really cool.
You know what you're talking. Actually, if you look at used game stores now, the regular edition's actually worth more than the limited edition for Halo 2. It's weird,
It's weird.
but it is.
But like so. My dad found out about that one. He's like, I'm gonna make Matt lesson. Like, I don't know what clicked in my dad's head. Like, I don't know what kind of like sociopath thing clicked to make him think to do this. But he's like, I'm going to make him take his favorite video game to a gun range. Make him put the game on the target thing and like, have you guys ever been to a gun range where you like put your custom target up there, and then you like
Yeah.
pull the thing, and it like goes out towards the end. And so he's making me do all of this, and I was like, okay, Dad, you can shoot it now. I get it. He's like, oh, you shoot it. I'm like, what?
What a
He is in
dick.
his Luger. He is in his Luger, and he's like, here you go, Matt. Shoot it. I'm like, Dad, I don't want to.
Oh my God.
Everyone's looking at me, and they look at the target, and they're just like, "Wow!" And you know what? I didn't buy another rated M video game until after I was grown up and moved out.
We taught you a lesson.
That's one way to juvenile.
I remember that.
Oh my God.
Oh, dear God.
Yeah. Oh. The fact that he had me shoot it with a handgun instead of a rifle too was just kind of like, and it was a Luger. I don't know if I'm thinking about a Luger. I don't know because I know they're both guns. Let me look up pictures real quick. I don't know which one's which.
Good
I
luck,
remember
Matt.
which one he.
What were
Now,
we talking about? Devil May Cry.
Yeah. No, I've played all of the games. Like I've been with the franchise pretty much from the beginning. I remember I tried to figure out the timeline. If I remember correctly, it's been a while since I've played the games, so the timeline's a little head messed up. But the way they had it set up, what it was it was 3-1-2-4, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, because I remember one of them was a prequel, like 2 or 3.
Yeah, 3 was, I believe, the prequel, and then it went. No, it was 3-2-1-4. That was right. It was really. Maybe I'm wrong. It's been so long.
Ruger. He made me shoot it with a Ruger. That's
A
what it
Ruger.
was.
It's been so long since I've seen since I've played the games, but the timeline was always weird with the games. Like they've just kind of jumped around with it. But I'm really excited for the 5th one. Except the only issue is I didn't enjoy the 4th one, so now I have to go back and play the 4th one through because I forgot. I forgot any of it. I don't remember any of the 4th. So I'm just like, I have to go play that one again. I did not enjoy that one.
now, speaking of rated M games, we have to talk about this one.
What?
Metro Exodus.
Yes.
I don't
Metro.
know anything about the Metro series.
Oh my god. All right.
You base. Yeah, you go ahead.
The Metro.
Real quick though, this is a picture of the gun he made me shoot it with.
All right. I want to see
Look
this.
how violent he looks in general. This is like the most, like, Nazi looking.
Yeah, what kind of like?
That's what I had to shoot it with.
That's
I don't know what to say,
that's a
like,
really nice Luger.
It is. That's basic. I don't know if that's the exact one he has, but that's like the gun he made me shoot it with. I'm just like, wow. Man. Go on.
Wait a second. I'm trying to throw this file in the. All right, I'll mess with that right now. But anyways, Metro is when they had to. Fuck. All right, you tell. I'm trying to mess with this picture right now, and I'm not doing a very good job.
It's basically Fallout in Russia, but everyone lives in like subway stations. Everyone
Yeah.
lives underground because it's so radioactive upstairs. You can't go out there without just fucking dying. And then the new ones, like, I only saw a little bit of the trailer. I guess you're going above ground. It's gonna be like an open world game. I think.
I have no idea.
I think it's. I don't know if it's open world completely. I know it's gonna be more open world-ish than the older ones, because the older ones you're in a fucking subway. It's
Yeah, they
like
were
you're-
very,
how you gonna
Yeah.
they were very straightforward.
go? Yeah. I mean, they're still
Although-
good, but
Although I did love the hidden ending kind of thing that they did, where you had to find those echoes in order to unlock the good ending.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I loved that. Because it gave you a reason to play through multiple times. Because you play through first time, you don't even know about this. The only hint they give is a comment towards the beginning of the game. Like, I think he says, they say if you kneel down next to the pipes or something like that, you can hear people talk, something like that. Hear people talking or something.
Yeah.
But it's just like a throwaway comment, you think at first, and you play through the game and get like this terrible ending where a lot of people die. And then if you go through it again, you actually find all these things, you can get a good ending.
I remember in the first Metro, there's a really good moment where there's like these almost like gorilla.
Oh, by the way,
monsters, librarians.
I put a picture of the Luger in the video now.
Good, we need that. There's like a broken wall. There's a hole in the wall, and you see some ammo sticking out of it. So if you go over there and try to grab the ammo, a librarian like grabs you for the hole and like slams you against the wall, and it scared the shit out of me. I'm like, Jesus, save me!
Oh yeah, those games get pretty tense sometimes.
Oh, they're really fucking hard. Like when you're just fighting humans, they're fucking hard.
I think the
Oh, dude,
hardest
I remember like if I would sneak through those human settlements, and if I got seen, I'd just restart because you're almost.
I know you're
you're almost.
Nazis, the Russian
Oh no,
Nazis.
I
remember
fought
those
through
guys.
all of it.
Wait, you
Oh,
straight
no,
up fought?
channel. Sorry, forgive me.
No.
The hardest ones that I found though, excluding the humans, those are different. But out of the monsters in the game, those little sneaky ones were the hard ones for me.
I don't remember those.
I can't really
Wait,
remember.
hold
too
on,
well.
hold up everything, guys. Hold up
What?
everything. So I'm looking
What?
through a memes channel on freaking Discord, and the other day, Cody, you accused me of stealing your memes. So what's this with you posting the one about the when you nut on her face and she doesn't wash it off?
I sent you that. I just reposted it. I can't steal my own fucking memes.
Oh, wait. Okay, I thought I sent you that.
No, I sent you that. Matt's trying to steal my memes again.
God, you guys are.
Ow! My ears.
There is some anger. There's some serious anger. Do we need to talk about this? Do we have an intervention here?
No, I'm over it.
All right, I think I figured out how to add pictures. By the way.
I was really wrong.
Okay.
But
Uh,
wait.
What?
Matt.
Well, you just said wait and stop talking.
Matt, I'm waiting. What?
Did Skynet finally get him?
Matt. I think so.
Yeah.
Matt, we're recording. We can't just stop talking.
Yeah, he's gone. I don't know.
Okay, no, I made it. No. I had like a technical. Are you guys here? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
Yeah.
you.
I hit this laptop.
Now, I was pretty interested to hear that they were making a Cuphead DLC.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't see that. It's basically just more levels, and then they added a female character.
I don't know who the third character is, but I was really interested to see that they were making a DLC for that.
Yeah, no, it's a fun game. I got to play it a little bit.
Yeah, I played a little bit.
I
and then
have
it
personally
sucked, so I
never
couldn't-
played it, but I wanted to. I just never got around
It's
to it.
pretty good.
Cut out. It's when you guys. What game are you talking about?
Cuphead.
Yeah.
Um,
It's a platformer.
They're making a
I know what
DLC
is,
for
but
it.
I've never seen it.
It's pretty good.
Now, I personally am not a big racing game fan. But
Forza.
Yes.
I completely picked
Forza
I was like, I do
Horizon
not
4.
care.
That one looks pretty good. I like the idea behind the changing seasons.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. I don't know. There's just so many good games coming out of there, and I'm really excited to see. Well,
This was-
honestly any of them.
Yeah, this is definitely a good E3. I feel like
We forgot
Everyone
to-
had-
We're not concluding, are we? Because there's one
No.
major thing we forgot to talk. Okay.
not yet. We're not done yet. I feel like this was.
We'll close
I
out
feel
with
like
that.
this. I feel like this is a was a really good E3 because everyone had at least one big thing to talk about that everyone liked.
Well, I have something big that I have to talk about, but I
You got
can't tell you that I like it, David.
Yes, I know, Matt. We'll get to that in a little bit.
All right.
Oh God.
I can't wait to hear this. Oh dear God. So Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
You kind of went
And
around.
we know it's gonna be good because it's CD
It's
Project
CD
Red,
Projekt Red.
and they have never done me wrong ever.
Oh, the Witcher games were fantastic. I am a huge fan of The Witcher 3.
Yeah, no, there's so much excitement for this game. I'm honestly really excited for it.
I am too. It
So
looks
what
really
is
good.
it exactly? I don't know much about it. Like what it's supposed to be.
Is it based in Detroit? It's based in Detroit, right?
Probably.
I think it's Detroit. So
I'm not sure.
the trailer is pretty much it's the year
Oh, but that reminds me of something else I gotta talk about here when you're done.
it's the year 2077. So like cyborgs are a very common thing. Like people with machine arms and stuff like that are very common. Drugs run rampant. It's just like this insane city that you get to explore,
Also,
and it's free. It's
I just like how the name of the game is named after the genre.
yeah, it's awesome.
That's actually Cyberpunk is. It's actually start out. It's like D&D, like a role playing game.
Yeah, and now they're turning it
Okay.
into now they're
It's
turning
just
it
the
into
video
this.
game. Yeah, the video game version of it.
And it's open world, and you get to like kind of it's RPG. So that's what they're saying at least. So I'm really excited for what it's
Now-
turning out to be.
CD Projekt Red makes fantastic RPGs.
Yeah, that's another reason why I'm so excited.
So I'm excited to see how they take this because, as far as I'm aware, the only RPG I know from them is The Witcher. So
Um,
they've only ever really done like fantasy style. Again, as far as I'm aware. So I'm excited to see how they take a sci-fi RPG.
I'm looking at their game list. That's
Cyberpunk, Witcher, Gwent.
yeah,
Which
it's,
is also just The Witcher.
it's all The Witcher. They haven't made any other games.
Yeah,
other
that's
than The
all they
Witcher.
I figured they had something else.
No, it's
But yeah.
The Witcher, Witcher 2, all the DLC for Witcher 2, Witcher 3, all the DLC for Witcher 3, and then the,
Wow.
the whole card game for The Witcher, and then Cyberpunk.
Yeah,
Twist.
wow.
Now, am I the only one who actually liked the card game for The Witcher? Like, I thought that was pretty fun.
I hate card games and games. I always skip over that.
Yeah, like,
you would have
remember,
hated Final Fantasy 8 then.
Oh God, I heard about that. Fucking what was it?
I can't remember the name of
Whatever.
it.
You said
Where
Final
the
Fantasy
fuck?
8?
Yeah, Final Fantasy 8. There was a card game that you
I don't
kind of
know.
had to play.
I didn't get too far into that one.
Yeah, no, you had to play it, and it was just
I
Well, no,
swear-
because the disc
like-
was scratched. I was like, no.
yeah, I remember that.
I swear, like Final Fantasy started that shit because after that, every fucking RPG needs their own.
They
needs
need
their
their
own card
well,
game. They
'cause-
can't be like anyone
Star
plays in
Wars
blackjack. No, there's like we gotta play some fucking.
I understand why I understand
Bababoo.
why they do it. It's just it is a little annoying.
Then
Well,
it's like,
then
oh, how
there's
do you
the
play?
one-
It's like you gotta do this,
Now-
and this. You got that? I'm like, no.
Now, I think The Witcher did it all right, where it was a completely optional thing. You didn't have to do it at all. but then I think they also took a good step in making it its own game.
Well, I mean, they had the dice game before.
Oh, yeah. In Witcher 2, there was like a dice game, and if you didn't know how to play it, that could fuck you over because like right in like the middle of the game, you have to win a dice game. Like it's a part of the story. You got to do it. Like it was completely optional up there. It's like, oh, do you know how to play this? I'm like, no. And you're like, well, this sucks.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, it was kind of like blackjack. It was kind of like blackjack with dice in like a weird way.
There was that card game on Knights of the Old Republic that I was always really, really bad at, but really hard.
Oh, I never learned how to play that one. I remember
that was
exactly
nuts.
what you're talking about.
Yeah, I always did the bike races though.
All the bike races I owned that, but that card game, I was decent at the card game, but I never got super into it just because it's kind of pointless. You get money out of it, and that was about it.
So, on to what I was talking about before. Has anyone here seen any gameplay or anything of Detroit Become Human?
I don't even. know
I've seen a
what that is.
little bit.
Oh,
of it. It
that's
looks
on
awesome.
that's on PlayStation,
Yep.
PS4.
Well, there
It's-
goes us. We're
I-
Xbox community.
I usually don't like those kind of games because the guy who made that, well, the guy who directed that, he also did like Heavy Rain and
Yeah.
Between Two Souls, and they're basically interactive movies with where you can choose. And I get the
it's-
appeal. I just
they're-
don't really like those kind of games.
They're like interactive movies, but focused around the butterfly effect.
Yeah.
Where every choice you make has consequences later on. And Detroit Become Human, I really like this. I have been watching a playthrough of it online, and it looks really good.
I mean, it's those kind of games. I like to watch playthroughs, but I wouldn't want to like spend money on it.
Yeah, it
I mean,
looks,
the closest thing I've played is like the Walking Dead game.
the story looks really good, and it's talking about that age-old controversy in sci-fi about when AI gets to the point where we can make androids.
When do they start?
What-
When do they start becoming more human and like?
Like
Exactly.
a robot.
When do we treat them as another person?
Yeah,
and
it's
stop as
iRobot.
Exactly. And it's, I don't know, it tackles it in a really interesting way, telling it from the android's point of view. And admittedly, I'm not very far into it right now, but it looks fantastic, and I've been really enjoying it.
It's kind of old at this point, but there's kind of a game like that, Binary Domain, and that game's hilarious to me because there's like robots, but they don't know they're robots. Like they're set up, they're basically like cyborgs. They look exactly like humans, and like they're the bad guy, I guess. His whole plan is he's sending these robots out, and they're impregnating people. Somehow they're robots, but
Wait, how?
I don't. That's really funny. They're impregnating people, so then like they have like super children,
Oh my god.
and like the heroes, they're like, we got to stop this, and then their whole thing is like robots are bad. We don't like robots. All the main characters hate robots, and then in the end, they find out one of their teammates is actually a robot. And they're like, that doesn't change anything. Fuck robots. And the game literally just ends with the moral I got was it's okay to be racist. Like I don't understand what the moral was. Like they don't have a change of heart after they find out their teammates are always like, she worked. Maybe robots aren't. No, they're like, no, her too then. Like she never tried to kill them. She worked with even after like, no, fuck you. She still helped them. Like I don't. What was the moral? I don't. They're all still racist. They all still robots.
Yeah, that's fucking weird, man. I've never heard of that game.
Yeah.
Neither have I.
All right, Matt. We can move on to your topic.
Okay.
Wow, you're getting all prepared for this.
You
So
are.
like
I love Destiny. I'm not great at it, but back in Destiny 1, when they released the Taken King and they gave Cade 6 a main character role and personality, we all fell in love, right? And we've all been in love with him since. For people
Cade
that play
6
Destiny.
dies and I'm happy.
So what the hell are you fucking doing with the goddamn brand new trailer? Like, what?
I can see. I personally, I don't like it. I do not like it, but I can see why they did it.
Oh no, because I watched that and I can see, like, they said yes, he's dead. First of all, he's a robot, okay? So they could probably like reboot him, which is probably what's gonna happen. But
in a way, I kind of hope they don't.
I do too. I hope, like, because this just, like, it's good story development for the game.
Exactly.
The game hasn't really had, Destiny 2 hasn't had, I mean, other than Goal, because that was cool. The base story was cool, but since the game came out, it hasn't had really good developing story. And then out of freaking nowhere, Prince Uldren comes back, and for some reason he's trying to get everyone out of the Prison of Elders, I guess, because I looked into a bit of the plot of what it's supposed to be. He's like trying to get this like group. I think they're supposed to be fallen. They look like fallen.
Yeah, they're fallen.
Of like these evil criminal fallen out of the Prison of Elders. I don't know why, but you're supposed to stop him. And all we know from the trailer is he kills Cade.
Well, we've always known he's had a hatred for the Guardian. Since the very beginning, he's been trying to get us killed.
Yeah, he literally sent us on a suicide quest.
So,
Sorry, Zane, you're getting spoilers. I know you haven't played the game yet. But...
basically, from his point of view, why wouldn't you want a powerful army of fallen behind you, who will help you take out the people you hate?
Well, no, I totally get that. So, like, during the Taken King, Prince Uldren, like, he disappeared for a good while. I don't really know where he went. People say he was on Mars or something.
He crash landed during the Dreadnought attack.
But I want to know, I'm sure we'll get the answer as soon as it gets closer to September when we start playing the game and stuff. But, like, what happened? Well, like, why is he out of nowhere coming back and releasing people from the Prison of Elders? Where's Mara Sov? Like, why Cade? Like I was reading that thread that you showed me, David, and like
because
freaking out over text. Like, that's how I feel.
Because nobody else in that game is as loved as Cade.
If they kill anybody, no one's gonna care.
Yeah, like, I guess you're right. Like, if I saw that trailer and
honest to God, audibly gasped.
Are you okay?
When I watched that.
I did too. Like, I didn't even know what to think. Like, it actually took a minute to set in. I was like, okay.
And I don't know if you saw this.
Phone down. I'm like, oh shit, he shot Cade. I had to watch it a second time. Like, I was actually in shock. Like, I was
Matt,
like, oh my god.
I don't know if you saw that, but did you see what gun he used?
Yes. He shot him with his own gun.
He shot him with the Ace of Spades.
Yes.
And then he took it.
Yes.
He put it in his own holster and walked off with it.
What a...
Let's just say I'm going to save a very special bullet to put right through his skull.
I like how he kills Cade, but the fact that he's a thief is where we draw the line.
Well, that's just adding insult to injury right there. Him killing Cade with his own weapon and then taking it for his own.
I just... Like you guys can tell, like, look, my freaking Discord picture is a picture of Cade. Like, I love the guy. Like, I'm just so sad. Like, I'm not really crying, but, like, I just wish, like, I want to know now. Like, I can take that. Main characters die in stories. She has also killed main characters. Sergeant Johnson died. Miranda Keys died, but that was all at the end, not halfway through the franchise. Gandalf, Bungie. I'm not talking about
Now,
Stop.
see, all I'm saying here is I'm okay with this happening as long as they do it correctly, because they can still screw this up.
Oh yeah.
If they pull it off correctly, they can make an amazing storyline out of this.
I hope,
It would be a story based on loyalty and revenge. But
the only villain I will accept as the they try to pull some bull crap like
you
there's
cut off
actually-
again.
You cut out like right at the point where you said the only
Okay.
villain.
The only villain I'll accept as the villain that you're having to kill is going to be the prince himself. Like if they do some bull crap where like you have to like hunt down a mega fallen guy who's helping everybody and Prince Aldrin disappears into the background, I don't know what I'm gonna do, because so it better it's yeah.
Yeah, it's. Let's just say, Aldrin Sov has really just like pissed off everybody in the Destiny community at this point.
He has from the start though.
I mean, yeah, no one's ever liked him, but at this point, he's just made it personal to where he's going to have an entire army of Guardians coming after him.
There's there is a also a little side note. The Gambit game mode, like that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to that.
That'll be cool, but this is like a really weird side note. So like, do you remember when Halo 5 was coming out? They had a trailer, and the trailer had Knights of Sidonia by Muse in the trailer.
No, but go on.
Okay, so that was a thing. The band Muse has a song called Knights of
There's a
Am I still
band
there?
named Muse called something. I mean, there's a song by Muse called something.
called Knights of Sidonia.
There you go. man.
And it was in the Halo 5 trailer. But now, Destiny has released their new trailer for the new thing, and it's got a Muse. Now, I'm only pointing this out. It's Uprising by Muse. The only reason I'm pointing this out is there's always this constant back and forth. It's always tiny little stuff where the franchises, like, because of their history is why this is notable. They're always doing little things to copy each other. Like, one thing I noticed is Halo 5 came out with a character named Sloan in Halo. He was in Halo 5, and then Destiny 2 releases, and they also have a character named Sloan. Like, I'm just saying, Sloan isn't like a common name. That's not like, oh, that's just by chance. Like, I just feel like that
You
you
have
have inspired there.
You have a point there.
There's like all sorts of, and like that's not the only thing I've noticed. Tiny little Halo did something like that.
I
where-
mean, the obvious one would be comparing the enemies in Destiny 1 to Halo.
yeah, I mean,
That's like the super obvious one that everyone's talked about since it first came out. You know, the Flood or the Fallen, or not the Fallen, the Flood or the Hive.
but
The
it,
Fallen are the Covenant, and the Cabal are the Brutes. But
at this point, it's just like it's weird to me. Like, I know that's such like a tiny little thing, but the fact that they use a Muse song and the fact that just a few years ago Halo used a Muse song, it's just like, huh, interesting.
I mean, that one might be nothing. It might just be like, oh, hey, look, this song's really good. We should use it.
Yeah, I guess, but
But there are other instances that prove what you're talking about.
yeah, and those are just like a few top of the heads ones. There's plenty of them.
But I
Ugh.
do love the idea of the Gambit game mode.
Yeah.
But I feel like people can get ahead too easily. Like, I feel the game could very easily be decided the moment one team spawns the boss on the other side.
Yeah. I think that's
Because,
the point, though.
but see, why play an entire game when it's pretty much decided at that point?
Because it's a race to get to that point.
Yeah, but that's not the end of the match when they spawn the boss, from what I've heard.
Oh.
I think it's whoever kills the boss gets the thing to end the match. You have to
Really?
kill them. Yeah, you have to like kill or something like that. I thought you were racing
Or,
to
may,
spawn
or
your own boss.
maybe
No,
what
you're racing to spawn your own boss to kill him.
is it? I thought when one team filled it up,
It
the boss spawned
for
on the
you.
other side.
When
I'm
your
pretty
team fills it
sure
up,
you.
one of your players gets to go to the other team's.
I don't remember when you get to go.
Something weird like
I'm
that.
pretty sure it spawns on your side.
I mean, it doesn't
Okay,
matter.
that-
It's
that
dead
makes
anyway,
more
so I don't even know why we're talking about that. So there's-
Now, another thing I'm excited for in Forsaken is apparently they're bringing LMGs back.
Oh, I didn't hear about that. That's awesome. I love that.
Because I guess someone found the icon for the Thunderlord in the database.
that's pretty cool.
So
data miners.
I'm extremely excited for that. Because that was all I would run in
Crucible.
Destiny 1 for Crucible. Not Thunderlord specifically, but LMGs.
Jeez. The I found a gun that I liked in Destiny 2. By the way, you know I'm always going off about how I miss Bad Juju from Destiny 1.
Yeah.
Well, I started using the Huckleberry on. This is more just like a little conversation between you and I, David. It's not really anything important for the podcast, but it's coming out anyway. Huckleberry is basically Bad Juju, only it's full auto, and I love it. It's an SMG, so it's not the exact same, but it's still really cool. It does the same exact thing as the Bad Juju did. Makes me very happy. That's all.
Now, we haven't heard from anything from him in a while. Zane, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay.
It's just this is all you guys. I don't really have a whole lot of input for this game because I haven't played it.
You'll get an Xbox and play with us, though.
Yeah, then I'll be able to like actually join the next podcast. But waiting for my paycheck this weekend. We'll see how big it is, and maybe I'll get an Xbox.
Ooh.
It depends on how much money it is.
Ooh.
But yeah, what were you saying, David?
The yeah, I'm actually pretty excited for that, so I can do a full playthrough with you before Forsaken comes out.
Yeah, no, I want
Alright.
to get it out as soon as possible. So if not this
I think
weekend, maybe next.
we should
Call it.
wrap
Yeah,
up the podcast here.
Wait, no, wait, I gotta talk about Smash Brothers.
Okay.
Nintendo announced.
Oh yeah,
Nintendo,
Cody's
I
just
was
waiting
super
in silence.
Yes.
I was super
Smash.
psyched for Nintendo.
I can join this
And-
conversation.
They literally only showed one thing. Well, no, they showed two. They showed Mario Party and
Smash.
Super Smash Brothers, and that's all they needed was Super Smash Brothers. And everyone like ever since like Melee, which came out in GameCube, everyone was like, "We want Ridley. Put in Ridley. Put in Ridley." Next team, put in Ridley. No, you can't. He's too big. Put in Ridley. He's too big. It won't work. Put in Ridley. Fine. Fuck. Here's Ridley. And they released this. They released this trailer, and fuck, where is it? They released a trailer, and really just murders Mario. Like he's fucking dead. Like he just straight up murders him. He
First
snaps
Kid
his
died,
neck
and
and he
now
dies.
Mario died. All our heroes are dying.
Yeah, he just snaps his neck. Like watch this trailer. He just straight up kills them. It's
Oh
not
god,
like
I haven't seen the trailer yet.
yeah. Watch, it's like a minute long, and Ridley comes flying and he snaps Mario's neck.
Are you
Oh,
putting it in?
God.
Kills Mega Man too.
All right, I'm watching this real fast.
And it's the dopest shit ever.
But while this is playing, though, I'm still kind of upset though they haven't added Waluigi yet. I just had to say that again.
I know. They're like everybody. They're never gonna put in Waluigi.
They've added Solid
Swear.
Snake, but they haven't added Waluigi.
They added Wario.
Yeah, like Solid Snake's not even on the Nintendo game.
Okay, so yeah. Oh shit, they just murdered Mega Man. Oh shit, Mega Man.
Yeah, he was like impaled Mega Man.
God.
Oh,
dead.
Okay.
Mario's got impaled. Oh my god. And Samus is the only one left.
Jesus.
Oh, okay,
Christ.
so this arena looks like where Han Solo dies in Star Wars. Okay.
They should have fatalities in Smash Bros. You should just be able to like rip people's heads off.
I think that would kind of ruin the game a little bit.
Oh, poor Mario. Look at his hat just sitting there.
Oh my God, Mega Man. Mario.
No, just
Holy
like
crap!
impaled him.
This is like the most violent Smash
Damn,
Bros. Trailer I've
Ridley
ever
has got to
seen.
be the biggest character they've ever added. He's huge.
Samus.
Oh, damn.
He's a little bigger than Donkey Kong.
Okay, Samus. What's Samus gonna do? And there goes Samus.
That's pretty
Oh,
great.
dude, he's gonna be
But
my.
every
Him-
single character, every single Smash
Him
Bros.
just sitting there staring at Kirby. That was amazing.
Dude, yeah, no, he's gonna just mess some stuff up.
He's got like a move. This seems so OP. He just has a move where he grabs you and he just drags you all the way across the stage and just throws you off the ledge. Like that. That seems pretty OP.
Yeah, I mean, Super Smash Bros. Have always been really, really good about balancing though, so they'll have
Yeah.
it sorted out.
I mean, except for the one person we don't talk about,
Which one was that?
Meta Knight.
Oh, Meta Knight's broken.
Oh
as shit.
fuck! Now that they fixed him in the Wii U one.
Yeah, they did.
In Brawl, it was bad.
In Brawl, it was really bad. You could just spam his move and just trap people. It was awful.
The So what game is Ridley from?
Ridley's
Metroid with Samus.
Where Samus is from.
Oh, so
He,
he's Samus.
Yeah, he kills.
I've never gotten to.
He killed Samus's
Yeah.
parents, and most of her her entire family.
Oh, and now he killed her fire team.
Yeah, he's probably like the most like legit villain in Smash Bros. Like, I mean, Bowser. Does Bowser kill anybody? Like, no. Just, he's
Mario
princesses.
kills. Mario kills more people than Bowser ever did.
Yeah.
Now Ganondorf is a true villain, isn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
But no,
I
yeah,
guess it's kind of
Ridley-
why he killed
so-
people. I don't know if they were like
Ridley's
strip show
Ridley's
killing people,
like
though.
supposed to be like the king of pirates in a way, in the space colonies, and so he kills Samus's parents, and like he's burned the colonies and just devoured hundreds of people. Like he's pretty evil.
Okay.
And he looks scary in the game too. Like everyone's all colorful and wacky, and then all of a sudden you got this fucking like.
Oh, dude, I'm so excited to play Ridley though. I
It
hate
looks
him.
so good.
I hate him because he's such an evil fuck. Because I mean, I played all the Metroid games. Like they're another game that I've always loved. So, and I mean, Samus eventually ends up killing him too.
Now, question:
Uh,
Has anyone heard anything about if the Pokemon games are coming out for the Switch
I do
are
not
like
know.
main series games?
I never-
they said no. These are like just hold people over.
Okay.
Yeah, see, I never really paid much
Oh my
attention to
gosh.
Pokemon stuff.
I'm sorry. As you guys are talking, yeah, I stopped paying attention to Pokemon after the. Nope, that's too much. We're done.
After the what?
Yeah, you kind of write like all the most important parts.
After the what?
After the alphabet became Pokemon, I was like, nope.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
That's awesome.
That is a real cheap way to
God.
uh,
To be fair, they only took up one spot on the Pokédex.
They did.
oh, did they?
But
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, but there was 26 different versions of that Pokemon. Although let's be honest here, they're all completely useless.
Yes.
They are like in the bottom 5 Pokemon, right?
Like, I would use
right
Magic.
above Feebas and Magikarp. Like,
Magikarp can be pretty awesome later on though, when he turns into.
Like, they should have done
turns-
something like where if you collected all the alphabets, they like turned all the alphabets. If you
That
collected
was in
all
the
the-
show.
Like something
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, that never happens in the games.
Yeah, that was in the show. Like you can't do that in the games.
That's so pointless.
Yeah.
Do you
yeah,
have any idea how long I spent in that freaking little?
Oh, you try to capture all of them?
Yeah, but then I guess like I found out like not all the letters I don't think are in every. Some of the letters will be on one edition and other letters will be.
Oh, I didn't even think about
I
that.
think
Yeah.
that's how it goes, and I never got the whole. Ugh.
now I think it was Diamond and Pearl. They put all of them in each edition, but they were like in separate rooms of this ruin that you had to go to, and each room had different letters.
Hmm. So yeah, just bounce back and forth then.
Yeah.
Dude, some people just want to watch the world burn.
I guess.
Real quick, I just see a post on Facebook. Somebody said, "I hope there's an animal somewhere that nobody has ever seen and I hope nobody ever sees it. It's like,
Why?
why?
Oh, there's it's like that theory where it's like that thought experiment where it's like it's easier to say something than it is to disprove something. So I could say there's a tea kettle in between us and the sun. It's somewhere in space. The process you would have to go through to prove me wrong would be incredible. And so you're better off just accepting what I said.
No, I honestly would be tempted to believe that.
It was done by an actual like philosopher because he was talking about how like some hypotheses are just so out there, but they're so impossible to prove or like disprove that you can't they're just pretty much ignored because like it's like
Yeah.
all right, it's like fair enough there could be a tea kettle between us and the sun, but it doesn't matter. So
Just like, I'm so sorry, but just like the whole idea of I can't.
I think we broke him.
yeah, on the tea kettle, I believe we're good to end here.
Yeah, let's end it on tea kettles.
All right, and that's this podcast. What do we call this podcast? What do we call this podcast?
The Last Thought podcast.
All right,
Last thought. That was a good last
that is a good last thought. And on that last thought, have a good night, everybody.
Think about that.
Bye.
Have a good one.